Maybe.
There we go. Small technical difficulties, only because I'm not very technically.
Let me turn that on.
Yeah. There we go. That's better. I'm not very technical there. Welcome, everybody. We have a ton of people in here waiting already. Thank you for coming on Valentine's Day. That is amazing. I'm still working on my watch hours. So I am really working on that. There, I'm mute myself. Sorry for the echo. So let's see who we have in here so I can say hi to everybody. Gardner Josh. I love your goats. Those babies are so cute.
I thought he was live.
He just got off because he's going to be here. Q Kitchen and Beyond. Early Love Raid. Thank you. Love you too. I'm talking. Teasers, pleasers. Tina, I loved your seasoning recipe today. I'm going to try that. If you guys have not went over and checked out her channel, it's a cooking channel, and it has some really good seasonings. I am kind of excited to try that one. Thank you about the. I have to tell Lee he did a really good job with the cameraman.
Aha. Yes.
Gardner Leah, hello. Thank you. I think you're new here. I just met you over on Josh's live. T Hand 141 Homestead. Hi. Lewis is in here. Hi, Lewis.
Drop him links.
Oh, Homestead Aquarius. We need to talk later. Just asking for a friend. If I did want to be on the same team as Vineyard Chicks, how much would I have to pay to bribe? And just asking for a friend. What is the penalty I'll get for that? Just asking for a friend, because I don't know if I can grow enough to pay the penalty if I get caught doing that. Yeah, there's a lot of that going around in this chat, Robert. A lot of us. Oh, Gardner Leah is Gardner Josh's wife.
What?
Yes.
Finally, a name to put. Hi, I'm in the background. A name to put to the face.
Yep.
Yes.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of
completely sense. I always pick on Josh, but come on.
Robert's laughing at me, but he hasn't answered my question yet. Oh, I don't know. I think if I bribed you, I'd probably get in big trouble. So I don't want to get a penalty. But yeah, if you could post a link to Teasers Pleasers.
I've got.
You got Josh. You going through the list?
I'm going through the list. If I miss anybody, let me know.
Well, there's other mods in there too. If any of the mods want to post links to everybody who comes in, I'd really appreciate it.
I think I got Teasers Pleasers. I got Gardner Josh, and I got Q Kitchen and Beyond.
Okay. And Homestead Aquarius.
I haven't got them yet. I'm going through the list of by comment on the thing.
I did bring a topic for tonight, believe it or not, a canning topic.
Homestead Aquarius.
With visual aids. So, I don't know if you are ready for this wealth of knowledge I'm going to share today. I'm sticking my coffee in your way.
You want to take my tag out of there, though? With my name on it. Although they know my name because it's on here, but
it's on there. So, I went to do a video about the different uses of canning jars, and it would be about 4 hours long. We're not going to stay here talking about that long. But instead of breaking it up, I decided to bring it to a live. So this is the smallest jelly jar. This is a smallmouth jelly jar. This is the wide mouth small jelly jar. I never use this jar for jelly, ever. I use this for small portions of meat, like if I want to do like a tuna kind of thing, or just small portions. I also use these for individual sized apple sauces, and these two.
Does
I like this one
Ninja have a channel?
Yes, she does. And then this is a little bit bigger jelly jar. I don't know if you guys saw my community post. My little granddaughter, Holly, gave me this. It is the world's smallest McCormick's pepper. It's not a real one. But
it's one of those, it's the new thing that the kids
have. They have all those little toys that are miniatures of people's real size food. Thank you, Courtney.
Why can't
If
I
you
think of
want
what
it,
they're called? They
come
have a
up-
name. They have a cult following.
I posted the link.
Mini brands.
Mini brands.
Mini brands.
I'd never seen these before. It is the cutest thing ever. So there's that jelly jar that you give to your coworkers, and then there's this size you give to your friends. I love this one because I don't know if you can see it. There's echinacea in there to plant, but it's got all sorts of fruit on it. I just think this one is cool, and it's just not the standard shape. So I very much love that. I just picked this up at a thrift store. And then you have a standard pint smallmouth, and then a wide mouth pint. So I use this for jams, jellies, things I want to do for sides, for individual servings of fruit juices. Again, wide mouth I reserve just for meat and fish. So what I do with them is how I kind of tell what my jars are for. These are a lot easier to clean, so when you're doing something like I did some whiting fish and already ate the jar. So yeah, that's what I do.
Yes.
And then,
RJ Riddle says they use those to can upside down pineapple cake.
ooh, yes, I do my cakes. All of my cakes I do in that size
For individual
for
servings.
individual servings. So it's the wide mouth small jelly jar with the wide mouth. I did do the banana cake in this one because I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did. I also do cornbread in the smaller ones.
Perfect size for chili.
Perfect size for individual cornbreads to put in chili. So this is a smallmouth jar. It's the same size as the little one again, but it is a quart. I use this for all of my vegetables and again fruit juices because it's harder to clean. So and then this is an old mayonnaise jar, wide mouth. I use this for tomatoes when I'm water bathing, and they're still real thick ones. I will use them for canning meat, and it's just the same as a regular wide mouth jar. So I didn't bring another wide mouth jar. And then my favorite size jar, and it's for one special thing only in my house. It is the pint and a half. Now, sometimes I'll use them if I know I'm gonna just have this much to put in it. But this is for pickled asparagus. It's tall enough, wide mouth, and it's easy to fit the asparagus in here. So these jars are just for pickled asparagus at my house. Oh, John from Mullet Grow is in here. That you talk about somebody and they just appear, don't they? I guess that good thing I was on my best behavior.
Woo, Courtney!
Hey guys. What a day.
Yes, yes, it has been.
How
So
are y'all
there
doing?
There you have it. Candy jars. We'll put that away.
Tomorrow is baby day. We get to go spend like 4 hours at the doctor's office doing all sorts of scans.
Oh, nice. Nice. I like that.
I'm considered high risk because I'm diabetic.
I
And so I have to see like all the specialists and all that good stuff.
been there, done that.
Yep.
I was what would they call that? Prenatal or whatever, diabetes or whatever. I had that. Were you diabetic before, or you just
So they found it with my first pregnancy, but they found it so early, and I hadn't really been to the doctor in like years for them to ever check my sugars.
Yeah.
So they found it so early, they figure I was beforehand, and it's always stayed bad.
Yeah.
Although my doctor said if he could keep me pregnant, he would love it because my A1C always goes down when I'm pregnant, and it's never well controlled when I'm not. He's like, if you could just push them out, he's like, I would keep you pregnant constantly. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, it just goes to show that diabetes and stuff is just like all hormonal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. But I've been there. I had to have like my last month, I had to go in twice a week and get that stupid thing around your belly so they can monitor the baby's heartbeat.
Oh yeah, the NSTs.
Yeah.
Well, with this one, I had to do that the last couple of times with mine, but it was 2 miles away. So it was quick and easy, and you went in, you got it done, and you came
Yeah.
home. It wasn't a big deal. This time, it's 50 miles.
That's rough.
It's 100 miles round trip. 50
That would
miles
drive me
away.
nuts. Yeah.
So, because the nearest high-risk doctor is an hour drive.
Yeah, that's how it kind of was for me too. I had to go to a diabetes class, but it was like in Cleveland. So it was like an hour away. And then of course, you know, I worked while I was pregnant, so my work didn't understand any of it. It was not nice to me. So I had to go to like they call it, it's a big huge hospital in Cleveland. It's called Ahuja. And I had to go there and take a diabetes class and learn about all the risks and everything. And one thing I didn't know, even after taking that class, is that no matter what, they take your baby early, no matter what.
Yep.
And I didn't know that. That my doctor didn't tell me shit. I mean, crap. Sorry. My doctor didn't tell me anything. So I was like, when he told me, oh, by the way, Monday, you're going to have the baby. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, you're going to have the baby on Monday. But he's like, I got to call around and make sure somebody can be there for you. That's what he said to me. Oh,
yeah, because you have to have a pediatrician if you take it. Yeah.
Oh, I hated that doctor. But yeah, towards my last month, I was on insulin twice a day. Like I controlled it with diet and everything. And no matter what, I would wake up in the morning and I would test my blood sugar and it'd be at like 109. Like every morning. And I was like, dang it. Because I wanted it to be lower, but I couldn't help it. Like it wasn't, you know, and I lost like 30 pounds when I was pregnant. So it was crazy.
It is crazy. Yeah, we the last like months of my pregnancy, this time I'm on 4 doses of insulin a day. I'm supposed to take one with each meal and then long term at night. But a lot of times I don't eat. Like I'll eat, but I don't eat a meal. Like I eat one big meal a day and I'm done. Like,
I got to the point at the end of the day, I would cry because I couldn't eat anymore. I'm like, I can't eat anymore. And I had to eat before I went to bed.
right.
Or my sugar would drop and then my sugar would be high in the morning. It'd be like 109. It would be so high that I'm like, you know, and I was like, I would just like cry. I was like, I can't eat anymore. I can't do it. Like,
yep. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. So I understand exactly where you're coming from. Like, yeah. And
they've had me going out almost every week.
Wow.
Thankfully, they've been doing virtual visits since like the beginning of December, so I haven't actually been in the office, but
yeah,
it's been.
Yeah, my last 3 months of pregnancy was like insane because that's when they noticed the diabetes was like 3 months in after, you know, so I had 3 months to do it. Thank God that I didn't have it. I didn't know I had it at all. I took like 2 or 3 tests. They made me like, and I was like, what's going on? I'm like, if I have to drink this orange crap one more time.
And I've never had it.
Disgusting.
I have never had the orange stuff.
Oh, it's horrible. It's like
I've heard that.
When you go to McDonald's and you have that orange pop.
But just the syrup.
But just the syrup. It's like,
no fizz.
Yeah, flat.
Yeah, it's horrible. So, yeah, I just was like, I towards the end, I was like, yes, just, I want him out of me. Just get him out of me. Just, like,
well, and like with my youngest, her blood sugar dropped really bad. And so they were like, we got to give her formula. And then my blood sugar dropped. And they're like, we're giving you insulin, but your blood sugar's at like 40. I'm like, so stop the insulin. We got to eat. But yeah, that works when I'm allergic to anesthesia.
Yeah, I had an issue. They told me I was on 15 units. So I took 15 units before I went into the hospital. They told me to go ahead and do that. So when I got to the hospital, I was like, my blood sugar was 50. Okay. because I didn't eat anything, because I really
Right.
didn't know what they were going to do. Like, you know, if you go into surgery and stuff, like, you usually don't eat anything. So I
Right.
really didn't know what they were going to do. So I didn't eat anything. So my blood sugar was 50, and they're like, eat. They're like giving me crackers and all this crap. So I'm like, okay. But the whole while I was in the hospital, my blood sugar in the morning was 80. It was like perfect. It was so perfect. And then when I had my son, what was going on is I took too much insulin. Like, it was okay for me, but it wasn't okay for him. So I spent 5 days in the hospital with him hooked up to sugar water so that his blood sugar could go up.
Right.
And it wasn't going up. It was freaking me out. Like, I was a wreck. I was a wreck. And then finally, the doctor called for him to get, because they had an issue with the nurses there. They couldn't put in an IV for a baby. Okay, because there was no prenatal nurses. Okay, so his IV came out, and there was nobody there to put it back in. And they were going to fly him to Cleveland. They were, or not fly him, but drive him to Cleveland. And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, I don't want this, because I was in a podunk hospital in a little town, and I'm like, I don't want this. So they were going to drive him up there, and I was like, no. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, the doctor's like, well, let's just see what happens. So the doctor said, you know, let's see what happens. And we saw what happened, and his blood sugar went up. So I was like, thank you, Jesus.
They gave Vanessa a little bit of formula at first because I was still recovering from my C-section, but her blood sugar went up as soon as I started feeding her.
Yeah, the thing was is that I wanted to breastfeed, but the thing was is they didn't want to supplement. They didn't want to do both. And I breastfed him, but it wasn't enough sugar for him.
Right.
And then finally, they're like, okay, well, it was like the third day in. Okay, well, today we're going to supplement. And I'm like, ding, ding. Like, duh. Like, it was insane. It was insane. But
I'm just sitting here biting my tongue. I can't watch medical shows either. I'll just be quiet while you.
But yeah, so I feel ya. I know, I've been there. Whew, it was hell. It was hell. And thank God I didn't crave anything sweet when I was pregnant. Thank God.
And that's my problem is I do crave sweets.
Oh, it would have been a nightmare.
I do crave sweets.
I love boys who have never been taught to shut the door by their mother. Oh wait, that's me.
Well, hello everybody.
Fishes.
Hey guys. Oh Lord. But yeah.
So Cute Kitchen and Beyond. What is her channel? Kitchen stuff?
Yeah. Pull it up.
Pull it up. Yep. I need a new kitchen.
Yeah.
That's what I need. It's falling apart.
Aw. We're remodeling the bathroom. My entire area in this area over here is filled with, I have a toilet in there. I have like all this stuff in that other room. Getting ready to install. And
your trip to Menards. Yes.
Yeah, okay, this is the problem right now. It's a real problem. So if you are remodeling something in your home, good luck, because you can't find it anywhere. And so we went to Menards here locally, and they didn't have any shower stalls. Nothing. It was like, oh, it was horrible to try and find the right size. So finally my husband calls around, and about an hour from here there's another Menards, and they had the stuff. So he went out there real quick and got it. So now we have everything. Now the only thing is, the issue that I'm having is the faucet, like the shower heads and stuff. I can't find one that will match everything. So that's going to be an issue. But other than that, we have flooring and stuff. We just bought flooring for this room, I think, for all in there, all in the living room, and then in the kitchen too. But we're only going to be doing the bathroom for right now until we can tear up everything and put baseboards down and all that crap. But it's going to be a hefty project for sure. But we bought all the flooring at once because if you don't do that, then you run a risk of it not matching. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. I bought some flooring for my cabin, and I'm not sure I'm going to have enough. So I may be doing a mismatched floor on purpose. It's not that big, so. We'll see. Well, I went to Habitat for Humanity, and they had it, so I bought everything they had in the color I wanted.
Yeah.
So, so I'll either do half of it in that color, or I'll do the whole thing and get some other gray black to mix in and make it deliberately rustic.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
So we have decent flooring in most of our house, but it's starting to fall apart. It's the cheap, crappy laminate, press board, papery linoleum stuff.
Yeah.
Or fake wood.
Yeah. We got vinyl flooring. It looks like wood, but it's not.
Yep.
So we thought
we actually have that in our one bedroom, the master bedroom. And I love it.
Yeah.
Like it cleans up really nice, it's great.
Yeah.
And we actually did something very similar what you have or what you bought in our camper.
Sure.
The floor of our camper is that linoleum stuff.
Yeah. This is what, I don't know if you can see it really well, but that's what it looks like right there.
Yeah. Pretty. That's very similar to what's in the Nomad.
Yeah, it is.
So it looks like wood, but it's not. And we bought I can't remember, 900 square feet of it. So we're going to be picking that up as soon as they get it in. It's just insane right now. I wasn't expecting to do this, but since we're having a meetup, the bathroom needs to be redone because it's never been redone. It's the same bathroom that my grandparents had. It's the same. They have the Sears sink and the Sears cabinets and stuff in there. So
yeah, but some of that stuff, lasts forever.
Yeah, it has. At least 40 years. So.
Yeah. Our kitchen, the cabinets are original to the house.
Yeah, ours are too.
And they're starting to fall apart and people have repaired them. And this was a rental house before we bought it. So and they were very rough on the house. And the drawer fronts will fall off. We keep having issues with the silverware drawer falling in.
Yeah,
every day.
Yeah, it was
every day.
I tried to put silverware today away, and then I tried to put the pans underneath it, and the thing that holds the silverware drawer up is sitting in the pans underneath it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's an everyday thing. My husband's fixing it, so I didn't tell you his good news. What? He interviews on Wednesday.
Ooh, everybody keep Rebecca's husband in your prayers on Wednesday. He has a job interview.
Oh,
well, kind of. They don't really interview them. They make them go drive truck.
Well.
Oh, is he a truck driver?
He just got his license.
Nice. That's good.
It's been a trip, let me tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, my husband's been driving for 15 years.
Well, he took the course, and then we got in a car accident, and he's the one that was driving. So then we had to fight the ticket, and we had to deal with the insurance, and we had to get a new vehicle, and we had to do all of that stuff. And then he did get the ticket dismissed, and then our Secretary of State, because Michigan's Secretary of State for all driving stuff, sent out paperwork, and now we have a hearing about that. And I'm like, come on, people. They sent out documentation to the doctor's office, and the doctor's office filled it all out, faxed it back, and they still have to have a hearing.
Yeah. My husband went through that. My husband's best friend is a lawyer, though. So he was in Southern Ohio, and he was in a dump truck and had to drive through town, and he got pulled over or something. They said he ran a red light, and it really wasn't the case. There were people crossing the street, and he couldn't drive. He was kind of blocking the intersection, but it was Halloween or something. So there was just kids everywhere, and he couldn't do anything about it. So it was a small town, so the officer was not thrilled with him being there.
And
so
let's point out, it was an officer from Ohio who was your state is kind of notorious for they're notorious.
Yes. So he, whatever. It was a small town. They didn't want him there to begin with, and so I get it, whatever. So they gave him a ticket. So my husband was pissed, and he called his friend, and his friend got him a lawyer from the town that knew the judges and got him out of it.
See, we didn't have to hire a lawyer or anything. We just went with his medical documentation because they told him, I mean, he went by ambulance from the accident scene, and I stayed back to like make sure our vehicle got out and deal with all the police stuff and like all the stuff that we had to deal with because he crashed into a house. I mean, this wasn't just like hitting somebody else's car. I mean, we did like hundreds of thousands of dollars of damage to these people's houses. This house.
Wow.
And thank God there was nobody home. And we actually hit where their dog usually lays, like it's their dog bed. And the dog happened to be hiding in the bedroom that day. So, like,
Lucky.
other than like their damage that was done, like nobody lost a life, nobody was hurt, nobody was injured, and minor injuries, very minor. But so they had gave him a careless driving ticket, and they told him at the hospital that if they found a medical reason to just bring it to court, and that's what we did. We live in a small town too, and I knew the magistrate that did our traffic ticket.
Nice.
She, where my parents live, her mom lived right next door, and so like she grew up right next door to my parents.
Oh wow.
And so she was a lot older than me, so like I know her, but I don't know her.
Yeah.
So like she recognized my name and my face, but I don't know her. Like we've been to like potlucks and cookouts and stuff together, but not on a friendly basis. Like she couldn't name my kids.
My husband's friend is a judge magistrate in Pennsylvania, so that's I mean he's a lawyer, but you know that's his position there, so he works under the judge.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's what she does too.
Yeah.
My daughter is a lawyer in the state of New York.
Oh, nice.
She passed the bar on the first try.
Oh, smart cookie.
Fish is good. We had to do the same thing with my ticket to my dad's memorial. Leo and Cop had a trap set up. Somehow the lawyer got me off. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. That's horrible.
Yeah. I'm just reading that and thinking in my mind, how do you even say, you know?
Yeah.
I was very lucky. When both my grandparents died, I lived up north. And so it was a couple-hour drive home, and they both died in like the middle of the night. And even my cousin died unexpectedly, and I sped at least 15 over the whole way home, and I never got pulled over. I was really surprised.
Nice. That is nice.
Yeah. I was like, I'd just write me the ticket and let me go. I need to get home.
Yeah.
So you go live tonight at 10.
Yeah.
I will try to stay awake again. I was in there, but I didn't talk because I was laying there like, you know, with my pillow and comfy, and Becca was like, "You gonna come over and listen to Courtney's live over here?" And I'm like, "Nope, I'm out. Bye."
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I go on late. I've been trying to cut off early. I've been having some like Fred's going to preschool, and then today I had to pick him up, and like there's just been little things here and there, and I try not to exhaust myself because it's not like I could just take a nap.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
I take a nap. I don't care. I had a state boy in Michigan follow at night with no lights on and gave me a ticket after I'd parked in a parking spot. Bought the ticket because he was on the road.
Yeah, that's illegal.
Mm-hmm.
By the way.
Yeah.
I had one pull me over a few years back, and I said, "Before you say a word to me, I want you to know that your front headlight is out on the driver's side." He said, "Just a minute." He walked up there, realized his headlight was out. He could not give me a ticket. He's like, "Thank you very much, ma'am. Have a nice night." And he went. I followed. He left before I did, and I followed him right to the automotive parts store.
Yeah, and that's the same if it's a state trooper and they don't have their hat on. That's the same. They have to be in full uniform too. Yeah. They can't just write you a ticket like that. Yeah.
I had a state boy pull me over, and didn't know where my city was. He looked at my license. He's like, "Where's this?" And I was a couple hours from home, but it's the same state. And I'm like, "Well, do you recognize this?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "Do you recognize this?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "You don't recognize this big university?" "No, I've never heard of it." I was like, "Okay." And then he was like, "Well, you've been drinking and driving." And I'm like, "No, I have not." So he made me sit there for 45 minutes on the side of the road when it was cold with no coat outside. And then he takes the straw off the breathalyzer and literally goes like this and tosses it. I'm like, maybe I should write you a ticket for littering. You just threw that. I mean, literally on the side of the road. It was like a piece of plastic. I was so mad.
Yeah.
I didn't get a ticket though.
Yeah.
Thank God. Because, yeah, it blew nothing. I'm like, whatever, dude. Yeah.
Yep. I agree, Carol. That is a
Yeah.
bad move.
Yeah,
I've been pulled over in my driveway, too, by city cops here in town.
I had to pick somebody out of a lineup once.
You did?
Yeah.
What did they do, Courtney?
It was great. It was great. Actually, I got hit in a parking lot.
Oh.
And I caught them. I got hit in a parking lot. I backed up and they backed right into me. And I got out of the car and I said, hey, I'm like, what's going on here? I said, whatever. Well, they're like, I told him, I said I was going to, I'm going to have to call the police now because we got in an accident, whatever. And they're like, no, don't call the police. We don't need it, And I said, well, I kind of have to because if I want to get my car fixed, I'm like, this is how it's got to go. So as soon as I got on my phone to call the police, they drove off. So they hit and ran. So I took pictures of her license plate and everything. And the police came. And they did like an investigation. They found out that she was just getting her nails done at the hair salon. So they checked the list so they knew her name. And so then later on, he's like, well, they called me and they're like, you're going to have to come and pick her out of a lineup so we know who it was. Because, there's like a whole list of people. Well, here they come to find out the car was registered to a house that didn't exist anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, because it was torn down. So there was just like multiple things going on, right? So I had to go in and pick her out of a lineup. And I was like, oh my God, because I was nervous. So my mom went with me. And yeah, so it wasn't like in the movies, obviously. They had a book in front of me with a bunch of pictures of people. So then and I knew exactly what she looked like. And he was like kind of impressed by that because I pay attention to details. And so he's like, wow. I'm like, I knew right away. I pointed at her, said, that's her. And he's like, wow. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, there's no denying. I'm like, that's her.
Yeah.
And they never did find her. I never did get my money for my car. I was so mad. Oh, it was horrible. I was so pissed.
Welcome, Miriam 420, aka
Hey, Sita. But yeah, so that was my experience of picking somebody out of a lineup.
That's kind of cool.
I got hit and run once, but it was a state police officer that used to be my neighbor.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, he didn't really run. He just like, please don't turn this in. And I'm like, well, it's my dad's car. And if he doesn't want me to turn it in, then I won't turn it in. But it'll be up to him when I get home. I got home and he's like, oh, you're turning it in. So he had time to sober up. So it all worked out well.
Yeah. I'm a very good driver, but unfortunately people hit me. That's usually how it works. My old car, I got hit 3 times in a course of like 3 months.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah. I was in like 3 accidents and they were not my fault. None of them. We were stopped at a stop sign or stoplight, completely stopped. And the people hit me from behind because their tires were bald. and it was raining and they slid right into me. So that did like $2,000 worth of damage to my car. So we went and got some of that fixed. Then I was on the expressway and everybody had stopped, and this young kid behind me hit me. All in the same, this is like all in the same, because nobody here can drive in the snow or the rain. All of a sudden, when it snows or rains, people are like, I've never seen this stuff before, but it happens every year, so I don't get it. So like, and learn how to drive. So yeah. It was
Yeah. There's like one side of the state I won't go to when it snows because they never seem to remember how to drive in it either.
That's the same here. It's like even in the fall when it starts to get rainy and dark, like nobody can drive all of a sudden. It's like the summertime like washed their brain about driving education.
Hello, the deer will be out in the roads more in October than any other month in the year. Just an FYI, remember? Like last October?
Yep. Yeah, it is messed up. But I don't have the car anymore, so it's all good.
Yeah, I hit 2 deer in 2 weeks once.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
My car and the loaner car hit a 12 point with my car. Hit a 6 with the loaner.
God, that's huge.
Oh, the rack was, yeah. And I called my brother and my dad to come get it, and they're like, well, we can't come get it. And I'm like, well, I have to go to work. I can't leave it in my car at work. I'm not rolling this bad boy into the trunk. It's huge. And they're like, and I have nothing to gut it with. So I'm certainly not leaving it in my, So they didn't come get it, but the guy behind me wanted it. I'm like, yeah, you can have it. So he was looking for the little tip I'd knocked off part of one of the things because he's having it mounted. So after I leave, my dad and brother decide, oh yeah, maybe we'll come over and look for it. My dad was at my brother's house, which is close by. And I'm an adult. These are adult men. They go over and they're like, oh my gosh, why didn't you tell me? And I'm like, I told you it was a massive rack. I said, but I wanted the meat. I mean, it was as big as a cow.
Wow.
But, oh well. They're like, you should have told us. I said, I told you.
Yeah.
But it was the biggest rack I've ever seen.
Thank God I don't even have any wood to knock on. But thank God I didn't hit a deer hit me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was driving down the road and its butt, like it was like when I was in high school, I think. Its butt like dented in my hood and I could just pop it back out. But for the most part, thank God I have never hit one. Like, thank God.
Yes, RJ Riddle, canned venison. Mm-hmm.
We may or may not have some canned beef in our basement. Well, my basement.
All of the meat in the basement that's red meat says canned beef. Because you can keep canned beef for years in your basement, but you can only keep venison for 6 months. So I would never have venison for longer than 6 months anywhere. Just an FYI. Oh, thanks, Fishes. I think you have more friends than I do. Sometimes you have a lot bigger circle. More than one person will wander in.
I decided last night I need a nickname so people don't know my last name. Did you see my joke though, Rebel Jr.? I think you missed my comment.
I didn't see it.
It was last night in your live.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I didn't see it.
Let's see.
Oh, by the way, I've been calling Josh Goat Daddy.
Yes. I was laughing at that so hard.
I love his baby goats though. They're so cute. The ones at my friend's barn are getting so big. Those are just tiny. They'll stay tiny. Yeah, exactly, Louis. You kind of
Did
wonder.
you draw a heart?
Did you make a Valentine?
She made a heart.
Aw, that's pretty.
You can't really. There we go.
That's cute.
Hi, Bruce. Thanks for coming in. I saw Purple Tea Bear earlier, and I didn't get a chance to say hi because we were talking.
I want to talk about Yossi.
He's
So
not here to defend himself.
he is definitely not here to defend himself, but if he watches later, he might find out. We're sending him a package.
You are?
Yeah, I'm gonna make him a custom apron.
With
Are
his,
you really?
Yeah.
he
Oh,
wanted one with my.
Yeah, your unicorn.
He wanted one with my insignia on it, but he's not getting one with my insignia on it.
That's why we asked t-shirt size.
okay.
He's gonna get his own merch.
Oh, he's gonna love it.
I stole his logo off of YouTube already.
That's so great.
Yeah,
He's gonna love that. I'm so excited for him.
I know. We were looking up shipping prices and stuff too.
Dude, I got a bone to pick with Will It Grow. I wish I would have caught him before he left.
Well,
I
if you
gotta-
talk about him, he'll show up. I mean, we just talked about him the first time, and he was right in here.
Dude,
So-
I got a thing today because I checked my mailbox. My PO box is in a different
Right.
thing.
Location.
So yeah, so I went and drove there and checked it out, and
Oh,
I get a package from them, and I had to pay 20 cents. I wanted to harass him a little bit. No, it wasn't a big deal. It was just 20 cents, but I was like, really?
I owe Joe $20 in postage. He sent me my hot sauce, and it cost him $10.50 to send it to me. And my mail carrier. We've heard stories about my mail carrier, right? We've heard about my mail carrier.
Mm-hmm. Big pain in the ass.
She sent it back. Undeliverable, despite my forwarding address.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be really mad.
We're not drunk.
So then he sent it back to me again. So it's cost him $21.06 or something like that to send me one bottle of hot sauce. So I definitely got to pay him back for that. That was
Yeah.
above and beyond. That was awesome of him.
But the kids love the hot sauce.
Oh, my boys love it. Absolutely love it.
What was it? What kind?
It was the mango habanero.
We got something that's
Evelyn?
No, Evelyn.
from him, and I can't really remember what it was called. It was pretty good. I'm not a big hot sauce kind of person, but I thought that was pretty good.
The boys were eating it off the spoon. Sawyer thought it tasted bitter at first, but then he liked it after it kind of went down. And
Yeah.
John really liked it. So it got 2 thumbs up.
Huh.
So I have not tried it. Maybe because of the habanero in the name. But we haven't had anything really to try it with.
Yeah, habaneros are super hot for me. Like although there is, oh, it's taken out of here now, but I have these almonds that are like, it's cayenne pepper almonds with, and then you read the I mean the ingredients on the back, and it says habanero too. So, that they aren't that hot. So it makes me wonder how true, I don't know, or it must be like a little bit of it or something, but they're pretty good. I like almonds and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Fishes, I'm drinking coffee right now so I can stay awake for the live tonight.
I'm gonna poke her a few times.
Well, I have to because I have to use my emoji. I've got the new emoji for your group, so I've got to be able to use it. I'm very excited.
We got an art student behind us here. She's having fun.
I'm drawing it in the taco.
You're drawing a taco.
I'm gonna draw a taco.
Draw the taco. She very much likes tacos.
And pizza. Evidenced by her shirt.
Why are you mad, Miriam? Oh, mango sounds good. Mango does sound good. It's just the habanero part I don't know.
I like sriracha sauce.
Ooh, yes.
That's a good flavor.
Yes, our students do rock.
I like chipotle. I never realized that I liked jalapeno pepper.
Chipotle is just jalapenos that are smoked or dried, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and that's once somebody told me that chipotle was jalapenos, then I'm like, oh, when I started eating jalapenos. It was like, in my mind, I just had to know. Thanks. Welcome for coming in, Bland's Promised Land Ranch.
That is coming.
No, Daddy's not coming. This one is my ASD one. My autistic one.
Daddy's coming again.
So.
Night, RJ. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, 4 a.m. comes early. I was up at 4:30 this morning.
Hey, is that Monica?
Yes.
Hey, Blands. What's up?
I love that chipotle sauce from Subway. Vicious.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's pretty
Oh.
good on any sub.
Ready?
Yeah.
My husband puts it on the meatball sub. It's odd, but
What is it? Is it a taco?
That's a taco. I see a taco.
Yeah. I'll go on make a taco too.
Okay. Put some more colors in it. I think it'd be pretty like that.
Well, I'm not going to stay on too much longer. It's been, I don't know,
45
46 minutes. I just wanted to go live for a little while tonight. I want to go live every day and get my hours.
yeah.
It's Eric tonight. Monica is doing dinner and listening.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
Well,
What's she making?
I don't know, but
Oh,
I'm
it's
sure.
Eric.
Taco.
Huh?
A taco.
Yes, you're making tacos, Evan.
Look at mommy.
So, but yeah, we probably ought to get off of here. I am just 800 hours away. So I want to go live every night this week and see if I can get my hours in.
Yeah, that'd be great. I hope you can.
I'm just going to try to do some pop-ups.
Now, when you get your hours, it'll take a couple days for it to calculate. Once it calculates and send everything through, and you'll be monetized, hopefully within the week.
I hope so.
Some people say it takes them. Some people say it takes them like months. I've never I was monetized within the week.
Wow.
So,
all right. But you were working really hard. You were doing lives every day for hours. You worked your butt off to get monetized. You really did.
They're making tacos.
Bland's Promised Land Ranch, Eric says they're making tacos.
yeah. I love tacos. And tacos
So do
is a
we.
relationship. Yeah.
Yeah. They're one of the 2 food groups here. She has 2 food groups that she will eat. Well, 3 now. Tacos, pizza, and mac and cheese. Those are her 3 go-tos. If you ask her what she wants, that's what she's going to tell you.
Evelyn, what are we having for dinner tomorrow night?
Taco.
Tacos it is.
That works.
Just got up from a nap. I didn't get my nap today.
My son is sleeping right now, and I'm going to get him up here before too long if he's going to sleep tonight.
Yeah. All right. Well, then I will get off of here so you can go wake up Fred, and I will maybe see you tomorrow night.
Yep, definitely. I'm going live tonight too, but yeah.
Tonight at 10.
Tonight at
Everybody
10.
go over tonight at 10. Courtney's live. And if you want to see more of Courtney and I, then go to Courtney's Wide Family Farm on Friday at noon. We're always there on Friday at noon.
Yep.
So
Mommy,
see you later, everyone. Thank you so much for coming in.
Bye.
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 I choose today.
You did.